Hey YouTube, so today I'm gonna work on my wheel. I know I got it, it's making noise, so I put it on the truing stand. You probably can't see me, but that's par for the course. So we're gonna look and see how far it is out. It's not really out of round, so it's just so. Stink bugs are driving me crazy today. They're all over the trailer. So we're starting one side at a time, and should find a screwdriver and take that off. It seems to be, I sprayed, we don't use chemicals here, but I sprayed them with Dawn dish soap, and it's supposed to kill them. So it's touching this side, so we're going to do the opposite, and we adjust the spokes in two places. This is a size 0 part tool wrench. We're looking for where it's going to rub. You want this tight in the truing stance, so use your quick release or your you don't want it moving around in the arms. Let's just put it that way. And this again is the Spin Doctor. Yeah. We'll just barely set these the same distance apart, and we're looking to see if we're going to touch anywhere. Yeah. It's really simple. I mean, especially for a wheel that doesn't need to be this straight, to get it straight enough for a disc bike. Now there's some advantages to having the wheel completely straight too, so we're just cleaning the dirt off of it. And I need I don't know where my cassette remover is right now. I haven't looked at it, but it is really dirty, this cassette. We're just using a soapy water to get some of the dirt off. Keep in mind, if you spray too much degreaser on, you're going to end up have to clean your brake rotor. But I just want to make sure that I get the majority of the sand that's in this mess off. And if you look down here on it's dripping sand mainly. So This is called a spoke protector, and it's not entirely necessary, but in order to remove it, you have to remove the your I'm hearing a thump. So now I'm looking at it again. It's just a tiny bit out. Okay. Tiny bit. So we're tightening up the opposite side. So this is the non-drive side, and that is pretty tight. Right here's the spot. You don't necessarily have to adjust both spokes if you don't need it, but so far every one I've done has needed it. So we're just wiping some of the crap washed off the and if you wipe off your rotor, you want to make sure that you've got it clean, at least a clean side to your rag. So yesterday I was having problems with it making noise. And it sounded like it was coming from the up a little bit so you guys can zoom you back out. So you can see what I'm doing. So we're box elder bugs. We have stink bugs and box elder bugs, and they both come out at the same time. We don't particularly have any trees that they like because they like the maples or the box elder tree. But here we are, every year, same thing. We kill millions of them. I mean, literally kill them all off. And since we're the only neighbor that seems to be doing it, they like light colored surfaces, and they come back and every year to the same spots, and they lay their eggs. And then you have to wash the eggs off, because if you don't, it stains your siding. So yesterday I sprayed the siding all down and started washing it off. So you can tell which gears I use the most. They're starting to show some wear. So you can't really spray this down with anything that's really going to clean all the surfaces off, but you can use a wire brush. to get some of the dirt out. And because eventually what's going to happen is it's going to start skipping, because you got so much crap in there that it doesn't, the chain doesn't want to stay on there. I guess I need a pick or a screwdriver. Moving box elder bug again. And there's the one last one. My messy garage. Some people call it sacrilege, using a knife on it. Last year there wasn't enough of anything to worry about it, but this year there's so much grit in the cassette that it needs to be degrit. Now, off camera, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start up the air compressor, and I'm going to blow the rest of this stuff out of here, because it's loose now. It's some of you will notice that some of the teeth, dang, die. I'm sure they serve some purpose, but I don't know what it is. To bug me, maybe. So let me pause you and start the, so we got it pretty well cleaned out, got all the junk out of it. So now I gotta shut off this compressor. It'll come back on in a few seconds, because for some reason my air wand is leaking. I know why, it's a cheap one. So we need to clean off all the grease. Normally, one of the first things I do with the bike is take off this chain protector, but some people swear that it saves their bike or whatever, but I've never had it save anything. You'll know if you've got something on the brake caliper when it comes time to check, because it'll squeal like a banshee. If you got something on it, it will squeal. I don't know why it says I'm exercising. They just updated the programming for the Galaxy Watch 5, and it's supposed to detect workouts better, but now another stinking box elder bug. It almost looks like a new wheel. If they didn't fly, it would be so much better, but they fly all over the place. They get in the house, they crawl past, they'll squeeze past the weather seal on your doors, and any cracks when you open the door, they'll be headed right your way. It's like, hey, let me in. And the funny part is, it's only around people. If you go out in the woods, you'd be lucky if you see one every blue moon. But when it's the season, they're out in force. So one thing you don't want to do when you're taking these wheels off is touch your brake on the wheel that you're taking off. And this goes for electric too. They're hydraulic brakes. You will close the gap up and then you'll have a hard time getting the wheel back on. So keep that in mind. If you changed your tire recently or something and the brake calipers are too close to, I mean the brake pads are too close to the rotor, then you probably somehow squeezed it or somebody did it for you. So keep that in mind when you taking your wheels off, that you really want to be careful on where you what you touch on the handlebars, because it will close those brake pads up, and if it overextends the brakes, then you end up blowing the piston out of the caliper, and then you're in a pickle. Without the proper equipment, you'll never get it back together. Not to mention, you probably lose all the fluid out of your lines too. And that's the disadvantage of disc brakes. They're not too serviceable at home. They're more or less only serviceable by the dealer unless you spend the money to buy. I don't have the stuff. If I had a problem with my disc brakes, I would either, one, have to buy the stuff, or two, go to the dealer. Now keep in mind that what you might not realize is every set of disc brakes out there uses different stuff. So if I bought the kit for a Shimano, there's a 99% chance that it wouldn't work for anything but Shimano. So keep that in mind. If you have multiple bikes like I do that have disc brakes, it's probably just cheaper to take it to a bike shop and have it done, because those kits aren't cheap either. Most of them, the service kit for your brake will cost it's almost as much as the bike, the brakes that are on the bike. Literally, if I went and bought the Shimano kit to do this, it'd be more expensive than just going and buying a new set of brakes with the hoses already attached. But might as well just get it serviced at the bike shop. Wow, it is really clean in there. I didn't think I got it that clean. So screw this out. Take it out. And I'll turn you guys around. We'll put it back on the bike. So let's talk about tools that you need. So this spin doctor, when I bought it, was 70 bucks, I think. I don't know if they even make them anymore. This was a one I bought many years ago. I don't even remember how many years ago I bought it. Spin doctor used to be a Trek accessory. I don't know if they still are. So for the Trek, you need a size 0, the black spoke wrench. These are brass nipples with stainless steel straight gauge spokes. And spokes come in a lot of different varieties. Over there on the electric, we're looking at a 12 gauge. Down here, we're looking at, I would say, a 14 gauge spoke, and it's not butted. Butted means it has a thinner section in the center. So I am going to put this bike back together, and then I'm going to go get me a hose, and I'm going to town on these bugs, wash them all down, and then spray them with soap. Every day they'll be back out here replacing themselves with more. So, let me turn you around here. So my weight loss journey this week hasn't been very successful. I had missed 2 days of riding because we had a family emergency. And sometimes families are like that. So we need to this Dan, I'm telling you, I couldn't recommend this if I wanted to. It's come on. Everything's in the way. Everything's in the way. So you should have shifted down to the smallest sprocket before you took the wheel off. Pretty sure that's not a bug, but and I did screw this quick release out enough. Come on. I hate touching this chain. It needs a cleaning already again, because riding in the rain has made it pretty dirty. And I haven't gotten it tight enough yet. So, that being said, I have 1,700 and some miles on the bike, and the brake pads still have about 3/4 of their life left, so I'm not even close to needing to replace them. The front ones have probably got a little less, but no, have a little more, I should say. Most of the braking's done by the back, so it's not in there square yet, so I have to take the bike off the rack. Again. So now it's in there square, and you can do the same thing you can with the electric, and it's not rubbing. If it was rubbing, it would stop a long time ago. So we've got that set up. Got the grid out of the wheel, and hopefully we've solved our problem of noise in the back wheel. Pretty sure it was from the chain. So let me turn you this way a little bit and then sit back down, and we'll talk about so this week I haven't lost any weight. I had a lot of stress from this family situation. My diet was about the same as usual, but I wasn't going out for the rides like I was last week. This week I am lucky if I managed 70 miles. I did a couple of 25-mile rides, and so I'm still 278 or 276. I think I might actually gained weight this week, and that's expected. You'll have good weeks, you'll have bad weeks. This just happens to be a bad week for right now. I think we're supposed to be going out and doing a color tour. So some of the maintenance I did is I put some more grease on the seat post to make sure it wasn't the seat post making the noise. I tightened up the seat again, made sure that wasn't loose. It still has some play up and down, and that's the suspension seat post on here. I'm thinking that it's getting to the point that it's going to need to be replaced. It was never meant for somebody my size to ride on it. Box elder bugs are going crazy again. They're everywhere, literally. So I'm gonna put this back in the garage, upload this video, and get on with the day. Hope you have a great day.